What is the craft of nature? The craft of nature is just like my wife, Brenda Allen, the desire of a man's soul, the rose of great excellence, and the smell good of the kingdom within. By this torch, we lift up a burning fire that will bring consciousness, good wealth, good intellect, that will bring people from dead works unto immortality. First of all, I want to thank everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all over the world for supporting Enlightenment and Trust Society so we could be a better world and so we could live in a better place and so we can be one with the kingdom within. So I just want to say I love you all. Well, everybody, we got some wonderful guests today. And they look very good, the handsome brothers from Eastern Michigan, awesome people, nice smile, good minds. I'm glad that they are here today. I tell you, this is the first day I ever met them, and Al told me how great they are, but when I saw and heard from them today, it blew me away. It gave me such a burning to believe that there is actually young people out there that wants to learn and that's looking for a better life and that is willing to become one with the kingdom within. So I thank you for being here today. Now, their names is Jack Carney, and we have today Prella Holly. And they are, what, engineers?
Yes.
Okay, well, tell them your profession. I mean, what you like to do and what's your hobby or...
I'm working with robots right now, a lot of FANUC robots, just robotic arms, and I'm at Eastern Michigan, and my major is computer engineering technology.
Great, great. How about you, Jake?
I'm also in the computer engineering technology, and we're both working with the FANUCs. And right now we're trying to figure out the visioning on them, making the robots actually see and react to their environments.
Wow, wow. You know what? Engineering, I love that word. And I heard Jake say about vision. Vision, that's what we need to build each other lives. And well, you know about engineering, you got to build, okay? We got to be master builders and help to reconstruct people's lives to a better position. So you can apply that to your life personally, you know? And that's what we all about, is to build up people from a chaotic state into a world of order. And these are no virgin voices. They not just up here talking just to be talking. These people went through a lot of stuff in their personal lives, and they overcame. They remind me of me. We've been through a lot, but we got through it by learning to discover ourselves and being patient and not accepting perfecthood, but to be real with ourselves. So once again, I thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Well, my first question to you both, and I want to start with you first, Jake, then I'm going to go to you, Prella. Okay. What have you gotten from Professor Tesmer's class that interested your existence in coming here, and did any of these learning skills help you begin to change your thinking?
Well, one of the nice things in his class is that it's a broad understanding of the major types of engineering. So it was a good class to take to go and figure out what you really want to do with your life. If you think maybe electrical or computer, as what I'm in, is what you want to do, you can try, and you can get everything there. And that's what I really liked about it.
Wow, wow. You know what? It's all about self-elevation, okay? And resurrecting our minds from the grave of all ignorance so we can have a pure, immortal thinking. Some of us think immortal or living a supernatural life is playing with Ouija boards or playing with ghosts and all that. No, that's not You know, they get fascinated with all that spookism. No, a supernatural life is a change of mindset. That's what it is. Not wanting to go to work, but you have to. Okay, that's supernatural. Not you don't feel like going to school every day, but you make a conscious decision. Hey, I got to go to school to make a better life for myself. That's what you call supernatural. And we all have to get over laziness. I'm telling you, people, we are getting killed by lazyism, and everything is so easy for us. Back in the days, we really had to work hard to get through school and get where we need to be. Now everything is microwavable. Quick, quick, quick. And our young people have to get out of that quick mindset and be patient with ourselves. We're not going to wake up, okay, with a life that is so fascinating, will blow our mind just like that. It takes time. I tell people I'm not religious, but I am a person that's somewhat spiritual. And one thing I loved about the story of Jesus, he said, in 3 days I shall rise. It was over time that he rise. He didn't say one. He said over 3 days. He said 3 days I will rise again. Because true resurrection of thinking is a over time thing. You don't just wake up with a process of a new thinking that you have been accustomed to of being abused. Okay? So I just want to say that before I go to the next question, because some people think that when they don't see immediate results, they think they are failure. And they go back to selling drugs and doing criminal activity and going back to their negative pattern. It takes time, folks, okay? Now, the next question. Well, first, wait a minute, did both of y'all answer? My mind is
Oh, no,
today.
I didn't.
I'm sorry, you go ahead. I'm sorry, everybody. I've been working so hard this week.
It's okay.
So everybody in the world, y'all know me, you know, I'm a hard worker, and this week I've been helping so many people, which I love to do. So I'm kind of overwhelmed, but that's okay. We'll get through it. So you can answer the question now.
As far as Professor Tesmer's class, you're put under so much pressure, and you're put in so many positions that you're not used to, and you're so uncomfortable, and you don't really have anybody to blame. So it forces you to look inside, and when you look inside, you find self-awareness in some type of sense, and you kind of just learn to block out every other habit or preconceived notion you have about people.
Yes. And that's awesome, because we need to stop blaming everybody for what's going on in our lives. Okay, I got guys that's 60 years old talk about, oh, my mama ain't feed me peanut butter jelly. I feel like I'm about to blow up McDonald's. I mean, come on now. You're 70 years old, nickel and dime out of the trap house. Okay, you're selling drugs and drinking alcohol because of what your daddy and your mama ain't do for you 30 years ago. And we need to stop blaming. And the people that's racist, racism is cowardice. Okay, the reason why people pull that race card, because they are scared to face themselves. Because it takes a lot of work to look inside of you and see what's really wrong. It's easy to blame the white man. It's easy to say, the black man doing this or he a thug. It's easy to cast blame on other people, because it's hard work to lift up ourselves from our present condition, okay? It's not all about black or white. It's not all about Democrat or Republican. It's all about self-kingdom, self-building. That's true politics, when you raise yourself up, okay?
Right.
Be the president. I'm sorry, I don't have nothing against Obama or Donald Trump, but I like it better when I put the sticker of my name on the back of my car. It's okay, because I gotta run this life. You know, I can't look to Donald Trump. I can't look to Obama politics. At the end of the day, you have to learn how to serve and live for yourself, okay? So we need to get out of that arena of Donald Trump this or Obama this, Democrat that. No, all that just bunch of labels that just want to separate you from real life. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect sense.
Yes.
Perfect.
So when you said that looking in, that was the whole message of consciousness. We need to look inward and stop blaming others. So thank you for that. All right. The next question to you, Jake. Then we're going to go back to you, Umbrella. This series is all about enlightenment and trust. So, how does a beginning engineering class enlighten you as defined for our audience?
Well, with a beginning engineering class, one of the main things you're going to have to overcome is unlearning what you thought you knew was right or about a subject. Coming into this, you kind of have a good idea of what's going on. Some of it could be right or wrong. But I know when I came in, there was a lot that I had to figure out that I thought it was one way, and it wasn't.
Right.
So that was a good part of a beginning engineering course.
Wow, because I love when you said that he said that, because it reminds me of when I was young. I was so indoctrinated with what my family believed, and my grandmother, I love her to death, but she tried to get me to something I wasn't. You know, it's not disrespect to my grandmother, but I had to tell her I have to be me and not be a robot and be engineered to something that I'm really not. Okay, and it could be hard to do though, because you love your parents so much and this and that. And I love my sweet grandmother to death. She had everything in her house was black. Black Jesus with an afro, angels black. And she mean well, you know, but I'm like, Grandma, think outside the box a little bit, you know, ain't nothing wrong. But as she saw me grow, she started growing and thinking out the box and stuff too. So our customs and traditions and romantic theologies and fantasies and emotions that wants to enslave us with tyranny is a hard thing to break, okay? But it's no excuse, okay? There's no excuse at all. If you even have to put your mama aside to do you, that's what you have to do. And you know what the beauty about that is, when you do that and they see you serious, they call you, which one of my family members did to me. What do you have? And what desire that caused you to change like that? You know what I mean? And I told my mama, you know, this is what drove me to change. And now she's a book publisher. She's a speaker. All because I took the time to learn about myself and not follow everybody else's tradition. So be yourself, basically. Okay? Krella?
Well, when you learn who you are, like you just stated, about being yourself, and you do become self-aware of who you are, I don't think that any person in their right mind who is enlightened with who they are would not want to share that enlightenment with others.
Yes. Good.
So
That's good.
I think that, you know, that's where I'm at with that.
Wow. And we need younger guys like you to do that. Not just guys, women. Oh, Lord. That's a different subject in itself. Because good women is hard to find nowadays. And I tell you, we need some women that not just trying to show off their body, they need to show off their intellect. Okay? We don't need women that want to whore themselves around. We need women that's respectable, with class, with intelligence, and that will treat their men like kings. You know, I want women to come on this show too, because I'm not caught up in bigotry. Okay, it's not just a male thing. I believe in the female principle as well, and we're gonna get there. And I believe there's some women out there that's watching right now has probably got that desire to want to come, and you can. And my number is 313-828-7439 if you want to talk to me and my wife, Brenda Allen, and want to get involved. Okay, so I just want to thank y'all for being so bright and intelligent, to be so young.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is priceless to me. It really is, bro. Bring tears to my eyes to see young guys up here for a cause, for Eastern Michigan. And that tells a lot about Eastern Michigan. These guys are intelligent, and I can imagine how many other people like that at Eastern Michigan University. Then I want more people from Eastern Michigan to come here and to express their minds as well. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Thank you
got
so
it?
much.
You want to say anything else, or?
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, we got the last question before we go to a snippet, and the question is: you have taken Professor Tesmer's class and experienced some change in how you do things. How are you better prepared to deal with some of the high standards of being an engineer or even a better global citizen?
Well, in the engineering class that we took, our final was divided, and you had 4 people in your group. And we got to see the other side of the coin on when someone is not enlightened, and when someone tries to take something that's not theirs. And because of that, our group got cut. Instead of 4 people, we only had 2 in our group.
Wow.
The good thing, though, was we had another guy in our group who was a very enlightened guy, a very smart guy. And we were both able to take our project that was made for 4 people, and we were able to do it with only 2, and we still got a very good grade in that class.
Wow. Wow. That's what you call unification.
Oh, yeah.
Unification despite differences. Okay? We need to get past skin color doctrines and traditions and to become with our own creativity. God created you white for a reason, and God created you black for a reason. Okay? So it's like ice cream, different flavors.
Right.
You know, I don't like, if you just want one type of flavor, it can get dull. You got to mix everything up to have a great taste. And that's what life is all about. Okay? So, thank you. We about to go into our snippet. This is our break time. Go and grab a snack, do what you need to do. I just want to say I love you all, and I thank you once again, Jake and Prella, for being so awesome.
Thank you.
I want you to come back on this show. Al Tesmer really did a wonderful job with these
Thank
2
you.
guys.
Thank you.
And I want other people from Eastern Michigan to come, because this is what it's all about, lifting up our youth and to have a consciousness that's above slavery. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Free from political regimes, free from planetary disturbances. You are the law of your own existence, the creator within the creator. You are the allness of your own being, a God from God. Wake up from your sleep, O dead one, and smell the air of enlightenment. Breathe in the God of your own reality, so your eyes can be open unto the Jerusalem of your own heart. The calling of the angel is from the whirlwind, to bring peace out of chaos and to bring peace out of the fire. Hello, everybody. Once again, this is Marcus and Brenda Allen with Al Tesmer. I just want to say I love you all. I thank you for tuning in to WHPR TV 33, where we believe in enlightenment, intellect, love, wisdom, and compassion, and making this world into a better situation. So we just want to thank you all for tuning in, and I want to thank Al Tesmer for coming on this show once again. Wonderful guy. He's a hard-working man. Sometimes I feel kind of bad. Sometimes I feel like I pressure him to come to the show because he's such a busy man, but he's needed. He's a guy with a great, wonderful mind, good-looking guy. I'm not gonna tell his real age because you'd be surprised, but he look young. He's in very good shape, man. You know, I like Al. He got a very good sense of humor, and he loved to teach the youth and make this a better situation. And I thank him for helping me. Like I said, I've been extremely busy this week. I've been doing a lot of talk shows and this and that, and I must admit to my people, I am drained, so I might not be as talkative as usual. So, but that's okay. But Al, I just want to say, man, I thank you for helping the community and helping us to be a better individual.
Thank you. One of those guys, great. I have so many students like them, like Prella and Jake, and it's a delight to bring them to the show because they're to me they're my words on wheels, if you will.
Wow, wow. Words on wheels. They put stuff in action.
They do. They do.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. You give it the young people intellect and let them work it out on their own.
Yes.
Don't pressure them. Okay, we could get so pushy.
Sometimes they interpret our good feelings toward them as pressure, but in reality, what we're doing is taking them from one place, which is an external world, to the world of the inside. And the world of the inside is far more powerful
Yes, it is.
than
Yes, it
the
is.
outside.
True peace indeed. My first question to you, Al.
Go ahead.
How does what you learned from teaching apply to enlightenment, the central theme of this program?
I'm not a psychologist. I am a teacher. 54 years worth. Maybe you can figure out my age from that. But I know that when we teach people to learn things, they can transfer that to learning other things than just my classroom content. And that includes new behaviors.
Correct.
So when I teach people to learn things, the first thing I get them to do is to try to teach, to unlearn those things that they believe from the past, or at least discover them.
Correct.
And then together we can teach each other.
That's correct. I love that answer. And we have to let our youth find their own journey and walk
We do.
of life.
We do.
And I witness a lot of religious folks and politics ruin people's lives, religion and politics. It just took them away from themselves. Okay, and it's a shame that their parents a lot of parents force their kids to be something that they are instead of themselves.
It's really important, no doubt about it. I haven't got anything against the religion or against politics or any of the things that we do in the world that mean well. What I do have against those kinds of forces is when those forces become turned to inventing or reliving somebody else's past, and instead of discovering your own future.
Wow.
And that's
wow.
basically
Wow.
where I
Okay.
separate from those destructive forms that you talked about a few minutes ago, or could be destructive.
That's awesome. That's true. Now, I do have an important question to ask you. Okay. What authors do you recommend to our students and to our people that will help us to gain excellence and self-mastery?
If I want people to unlearn the things that are holding them back, unlearn destructive patterns, or just unlearn biases that stop them from pushing their own limits, I want them to read people like Michael Singer, who wrote The Untethered Soul. Brilliant book. Basically centers around who are you? Never mind who everybody else is. Who are you? And what can you do? Stephen Covey is another one who talks about that too. Stephen just passed away at the young age of 80. And Stephen was a brilliant man, and he wrote about the 7 habits of highly successful people. And the one thing that Stephen said so well that he wanted us all to learn, something I taught the young men in class, is instead of being responsible, which infers guilt, be response-able, which infers the ability to respond to what you've done. Those are two.
Wow.
There are others too.
That is
Jonathan Allen, As a Man Thinketh. Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream. His speech was absolutely brilliant for enlightenment. Absolutely brilliant. Albert Ellis wrote about rational thinking in an irrational world, and about how we can be observers of life as we're being angry, as we're being in love, as we're being these things that we feel so passionately. There's a side to us, the real side, the I, really, that can say, I feel this way, I feel that way. So those are some authors I would recommend.
Awesome. That's and I love reading because you can learn a lot from reading a book, a good educational book. I recommend everybody to find a good book that will give you a power to uncover all the crud and false images that's in your life, so you can become one with yourself. Well, Al, time went by too fast. I have to pay for another show for you to come back on.
Terrific.
I'm sorry, time.
May I leave a phone number?
Yeah, you can leave the phone
If anybody
number.
would like to talk about those texts or learn about more of them, there are 5 or 6 that I have. My phone number is 313-682-7848, and I'd love to talk to you about these and anything else you wanted to talk about.
Yes, and I'm going to get Al back here soon. We really needed the young guys to come and talk today. Okay, and that is fine, and I want them to continue to do that. And
Good.
I want to do soon more shows so we can have more time. I might think about putting another hour, pay for another hour, so because time goes so fast when you really want to learn and know yourself and really have a good time. I don't think we have enough time for our viewers to really.
Yes.
I believe we kind of short-sighting our viewers because they really like us a lot and they really want to learn more. So what I'm trying to say to all our viewers and fans out there, I am really considering paying to do another hour so we can explain more of what we are about.
I'd love to bring some more people on. I have some wonderful female engineers that weren't available today to bring in, and I'd like people to hear what they have to say, too, about this approach and this discipline.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you.
Thank you.